Hello guys, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a simple jump brick. So the way I started is by first let's make a jump brick inside of our workspace. Let's simply just rename this to jump brick. Alright, now we made a script inside of it. Alright, first you would need to basically find the brick via using your script. So it's super easy, just do local jump brick equals script. Oops, sorry. Dot parents. Once you do that, oops, I'm supposed to capitalize that. Sorry. And then after that, you would want to make the touched event. So tie it to the jump event. So let's go jump brick dot touch connect function. This part is super duper important. You need to have a parameter in order to find the humanoid. So let's just pass in other parts. You can name it whatever you want. Variables are legit functions, so they don't do much in your game. They're just like a boxed container for those who are new to Lua. So first, let's start off. Oops, I didn't make a debounce. Debounce is super important. So let's go local cooldown down equals false. So let's go. Let's make the humanoid. So let's spot the humanoid. So you wouldn't want to find the humanoid first. You need to find it through the character. And the other parts command, the other parts, this parameter right here, the other parts, its parent is the character. And then if you find the first child of class inside the character, that would be the humanoid. Edit parts dot parent. So let's go right here, local humanoid. Oops, oh my god, so off today. I'm typing. And then we would want to go character, find first child of class. And then this part's super important. What we're looking for is the humanoid because we want to change its jump property. All right. All right, so let's go. First, this is important. We need to check if it's a humanoid and if it's not on cooldown. So right here, we're checking. This is like a cushion to keep the code safe and it runs. It doesn't if you have like NPCs in your game, it doesn't change your NPC's jump property. You wouldn't want to have that happen. So if humanoid and not cooldown, then we would want to do right here cooldown equals true because the character has touched it now, so it's true. So they can't touch it again. Right here, we would want to do humanoid dot jump height. There's a difference between jump power and jump height. Jump power really wouldn't do much in your game. By default, jump height would for some reason. I don't want to get into the roots of it, but you can search that up, the difference. And then you could just change it if you want to do 20, 30, 40, whatnot. You can do anything you want, however high you want your character to jump. For me, let's say 80. All right. And then we can do in between like iterations, like what you want the time to be in between. You can do you can make a variable right here. So local cooldown time equals whatever you want the time through iterations to be. So what if I want it to be 3 seconds before cooldown becomes false? So we would do task.wait, and then we would put the variable down in here. All right, so let's just do that. Notice how I did task.wait. It's because the old wait command is very deprecated and you wouldn't want to use it. It's just slower. I wouldn't want to use that. So now cooldown equals false. All right, let's hop in our game. See, jumped really high. All right, that's super cool. Oh, it isn't anchored. I can just simply go. Where's the speed brick? You could change it through script, but I just find this very fast. Just find anchored. We set that to true. So let's try this one more time. Now I jump. Yep, that's how it should work. Disclaimer, this will not work if you have 2 people in the game. If you just if you're just testing stuff out in Roblox Studio, this will work. But this is like the most simple jump brick you can make. It does not get simpler than this. I'm telling you. All right. So let's dive into the theoreticals right here. So let's say you would want to duplicate multiple bricks. And you change the jump power for one of them. And you want to change the jump power for all of them. That what would be the most convenient option? Because look, if I change the speed to this one, and I want to change it to all of them, it's going to just be too slow. So, what's a better option that I would prefer? Let me delete this. Is to create a module script and store it into replicated storage. So, let's add, you would need to add a module script. Modular script, and let's just name this JH Alright, I'm gonna just name this as well, JH Uh, whoop, and then you gotta change the name for this. JH And what you want to put inside this table, this modular skips table, is speed or JH, which is short for jump height, equals whatever amount of whatever number you would want. So you can do 60, 100, I'll do 80, right? I'll do 60. So once I do this, I would access this. Here. I do not know why it's still named speed brick. Let me just say jump brick. So you're gonna go local replicated storage because that's the path you want to go through equals. Give me a sec. Game and then get service because you want to get replicated storage service. So let me go down a little bit. This is what you want. All right, that's great. All right, and then you're gonna go do this. You're gonna reference it right here. This is what you really need it for. So let's say jump speed. Let's just say speed or height. Height equals require and then we're gonna reference replicated storage because that's where that's where it's stored in. And then we're gonna say dot jh config. Please note that the jh config is the name of the modular script in replicated storage. So once we do that, we can change it through. We're gonna change it through or wait, jh config dot I, or what did I name it? Or jh. Or wait, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Let's run it. And there we go. All right. So the moral of the story, everything I've been doing right here is if you, once you make the jump brick, if you want to make several other parts, a module script would be way more faster because you can just store a value in it and then just store it into the part that you want to duplicate, and then just make many other of it. And then later, you can just change the value here, 70, 60, etc. All right. Thank you. I hope everything I've taught during this video was very useful.